This is a method of reasoning question, and we have to suggest how the author defends the harm reduction model of addiction treatment against the critics. There is no conclusion in the argument, and the missing link is not required. Our broad expectation from the correct answer choice is that it should be something on the lines of drawing an analogy between the new harm reduction model of addiction treatment and the novel theories of Freud. Answer choice A. This answer choice talks about circular reasoning methodology, which would relate to drawing a conclusion by assuming that the conclusion is true. From the argument, it cannot be inferred that the critics use circular reasoning. So it is incorrect to state that the author challenges the opponent's circular reasoning in order to defend the harm reduction model of addiction treatment. So let's eliminate this answer choice. Answer choice B. The argument mentions that the critiques of this model suggest that it is not an important step towards the field of addiction theory. The author of this argument opposes this claim. However, the author makes no suggestion regarding the opponent's, that means the critics' professional impartiality. So it cannot be inferred that the author critiques his opponent's professional impartiality rather than their claim. Also, please note that this term professional impartiality indicates an unethical or manipulative tone. Such answer choices are generally incorrect on the GMAT. So let's eliminate this answer choice. Answer choice C. The argument mentions that the critics of this model believe that it is not an important step in the field of addiction therapy. The author of this claim opposes this claim. However, the author makes no suggestion regarding the paradox that is inherent in this criticism. So this answer choice, which suggests that the author highlights such a paradox, this answer choice cannot be inferred. So let's eliminate this answer choice. Answer choice D. The argument mentions that the critics of this model suggest that it is not an important step in the field of addiction therapy. The author of the argument opposes this claim and says that even the novel theories of Freud, which have been later rejected, lay the cornerstone of our understanding of psychiatric medicine. So basically, this author draws an analogy between the novel theories of Freud and the new harm reduction model of addiction treatment and says that just as the novel theories of Freud were important, these models are also important. This thought is correctly captured in answer choice D, which says that the author defends the new model by suggesting a parallelism or analogy between the significance of the harm reduction model and the significance of Freud's theories. A good answer choice. Let's keep this on hold. Answer choice E. The argument mentions that the critics of this model believe that it is not an important step in the field of addiction therapy. The argument does not suggest anything about the views of these critics towards the novel theories of Freud. It is the author who talks about the novel theories of Freud and says that these theories, even if they were later rejected, were important because they lay the cornerstone of our understanding of psychiatric medicine, and hence the new harm reduction model of addiction treatment is also an important step. In other words, it is incorrect to state that the author draws a parallelism or analogy between the opposition levied by the critics towards the harm reduction model and towards Freud's theories. The parallelism is not between the critics' views about the harm reduction model and Freud's theories. The parallelism is between Freud's theories and the harm reduction model from the point of view of the author. So let's eliminate this answer choice. D is the correct answer choice.